The average income of a Pakistani household has not grown significantly over the past 2 decades. Why is this the case? In our new report, we show that Pakistan's growth is stunted by the inability to allocate all of its talent and resources to the most productive uses. This is due to distortions in the economy. Distortions can take many forms, and they can create powerful incentives for firms and households to allocate resources in ways that are not optimal and that discourage innovation and productivity. Distortions affect the way land and capital are allocated. For example, distortions in the form of differences in tax rates across sectors make it more profitable to invest in some sectors over others. The undertaxation of real estate makes it more profitable to invest in land than in tradable sectors like manufacturing or modern services. And because the size of the tradable sector is linked to growth, this reduces the growth potential by decreasing the capacity of the economy to grow and create more jobs. Within tradables, high import duties have had the unintended effect of deterring exports because they make it more profitable for firms to sell domestically rather than exporting. For example, import duties on pedals, wheels, saddles, brakes, or frames are much lower than those applied on a completely built bicycle. What this does is that it gives a profit edge to firms that choose to import bicycle parts and assemble locally to sell domestically, relative to the profits that a firm that imports bicycle parts and assembles locally to sell in export markets. So basically, the import duty reduces the competition firms face from imports, and they make more profit selling to the domestic protected market rather than facing competition in the export market. If we look at the agriculture sector, distortions in the form of subsidies and price support for specific products limit the diversification of crops and productivity. Another key and something of a hidden subsidy is the one on water. Water in Pakistan is scarce, but it's not adequately priced. So this implicit subsidy on water incentivizes the production and export of many water-intensive crops like sugarcane. This is a misallocation of fiscal resources as well as water. Distortions can also affect the allocation of talent and can result from social and gender norms. Female labor force participation in Pakistan stands at only 22%. This means that women do not participate to their potential in the labor force, and a lot of human capital is underused, limiting productivity and growth. The World Bank's Country Economic Memorandum for Pakistan makes the following recommendations for removing distortions and improving productivity. Firstly, tax policy. Harmonize tax rates across sectors to ensure a level playing field and facilitate the reallocation of resources from non-productive non-tradables to more productive sectors. Trade policy. Gradually reduce the anti-export bias of trade policy by reducing import duties to facilitate the reallocation of resources from domestic to outward-oriented activities. Export schemes. Expand the eligibility of export subsidies to favor export growth and diversification. Agriculture subsidies. Gradually phase out subsidies and price support in the agriculture sector to facilitate a market-based allocation of land, labor, and equipment based on comparative advantage. Working conditions for women. Enact gender-unbiased hiring policies, enforce existing legislation on workplace harassment, and consider wage subsidies to boost female employment at intermediate skill levels to improve the allocation of talent in Pakistan. Mobility for women. Invest in safe, dedicated transport and improved soft connectivity to facilitate remote work, which can boost female labor force participation and productivity more generally. To learn more, read the complete World Bank Country Economic Memorandum for Pakistan.